What is your American dream?
I'm from Chicago. My parents are from the Philippines, and my American dream is to have world peace. I think that it all starts with teaching each other how to love one another, and that will set the path for a positive future.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My American dream is peace on earth.
I was born in Moscow. My American dream is I really want to get good education, and I want to do my favorite things in the future.
I was born in New Jersey. My American dream is to hit the Mega Millions so I can take care of my family, my friends, and myself.
I'm from Belgium. My American dream would be that between youth people we have deep conversation about our faith, about how we see life and how we can live together.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Hey, Brad Squad. So, listen, I got a real bone to pick with The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I'm watching TV last night, and what do I see? He's got a puppet snake on, talking about immigration. What the heck? I'm the only puppet in town. I'm the only puppet in town who should be talking about immigration. So, I understand why Trump decided to make some crazy analogy yesterday, saying immigration is like snakes. Come on. Be that as it may, I'm the only puppet in town who should be discussing immigration. So I'm going to give the Colbert Show a call. I'm going to give Stephen Colbert a call. Anyway, yesterday's episode of The Brad Show Live featured Belgian Kim going out on the street to speak to American couples to see if they would be able to get through a bona fide marriage interview and answer the Stokes questions right. And guess what? It was tough for them. It's tough for everybody. That's what Brad has been saying. You've got to be prepared before you go in for your bona fide marriage interview, no matter how in love you both might be. Doesn't matter. And Tamika Nelson, one of our #1 fans, we're waiting for you and your husband Kevin to come back for round 2. And as I told you all yesterday, on Sunday, I went out with Patrice and Jonathan Elias to the Chinese New Year parade. It was amazing. And today you're going to see all the people Jonathan spoke to, and of course yours truly is in it too. Most important, guys, all of our YouTube watchers from today forward, we will only be streaming live on the Brad Show Live Facebook page. So everybody, please tune in on the Facebook Live Brad Show Live page. So now let's watch today's show. Enjoy! Snake.
All right, welcome everybody. February 27th. It's about 5:35, and I think this groundhog is getting really full of himself or herself. Nobody really knows who this groundhog really is, but taking up more and more of our time, this groundhog. Anyway, everybody, welcome, and please share with your friends and family. Please let them know that we are here to help you. Please take out your thumb, your finger, share it to your friend's timeline, your timeline, in Messenger, however you know how to do it. Oh, wow, we have a new little share thing. That's a new one with all our little happy faces going by. So please share this with your friends and family. Let's see if we can get to 200 viewers today. We'll see what we can do. And the telephone number to join our show, our lines are open right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. And a hello to the entire Brad squad. We have a lot of people who are saying hello to each other. And hello to me and hello to each other. And I can't go through everybody. We have way too much to go through right now. I was about to say hello to people, but then I said, you know what? I say hello to them every day. What else is happening? We, last night, we have, well, we're not ready to, we're going to give the name of our show tomorrow. We're tweaking it a little bit, but we don't have the bug yet. I'll make the big announcement tomorrow. Right now, it's the Brad Show. We'll see what the show's called tomorrow. As far as what else is happening to the people in Dominican Republic and the Dominicans around the world, today is Dominican Independence Day. So happy Dominican Independence Day to not only all our Dominican friends, but also Ana Azcona, our Miami correspondent, who will be celebrating Dominican Independence Day today at American Airlines Arena down at the Miami Heat game. She was invited by the Miami Heat. and she will be out on the floor doing something in regards to Dominican Independence Day. She will be filming it, and for the Brad show, there is, I don't know if that's Anna. I can't see without my glasses. That is Anna. She'll be filming it for the Brad show, and we will be showing what she did at American Airlines Arena tomorrow. So please watch. And right now, it is Dominican Independence Day, and happy Dominican Independence Day to everybody. History of Dominican Republic. I have it right here on this card because I wanted to know. The Dominican Republic experienced an unstable history of occupation by Spain, France, and Haiti until February 27th, 1844, when the Dominican Republic's independence as a sovereign state was established with a cannon shot from Puerto del Conde in Santo Domingo and the rise of the Dominican blue, red, and white flag. So happy Dominican Independence Day. On some sadder news, where we don't have as much independence as here in the United States of America. The Supreme Court came down with a ruling today against immigrants. The ruling is that they said that in the Immigration and Nationality Act, there is nothing in the Immigration and Nationality Act as written by the Congress that says that if you are being held without an immigrant and you're being held for deportation, that you have a right to bail. There is nothing in there. The Ninth Circuit came out and said that in the Immigration and Nationality Act, it's presumed that if you cannot deport somebody within 6 months, that they have a right to a bail redetermination. They have a right to have a review of their custody and be released, since immigration is not a criminal offense, it's a civil offense. And the Supreme Court said that at least in the Immigration and Nationality Act, you have no right to bail. So as of now, as of today, people who are being held by immigration may or may not receive bail, and they may certainly will not get any sort of custody determination after 6 months. We have lots of clients who in the past have been held for more than 6 months. We did what's called habeas corpus petitions. The habeas corpus petition is Latin for bring the prisoner forward, and said it is unconstitutional under the Immigration and Nationality Act to hold them for more than 6 months. The Ninth Circuit in California said that is the case. The Supreme Court says no. Now, that's not the end of it, because what the Supreme Court really said was the only issue before us is whether the Congress wrote in the immigration laws that there is a right to a custody redetermination if you're not going to be deported, if you're going to be held for more than 6 months. The Ninth Circuit in California said there is. The Supreme Court said there's nothing written, there's no law, there's no sentence, there's no clause that we see that says that Congress wrote after 6 months somebody can determine whether or not, the immigration can determine whether or not this person's going to be removable, and if he's not removable, we'll release him. That's not in the law. So what they said was, we're going to send it back to the Ninth Circuit and let the Ninth Circuit decide if it is part of the Constitution of the United States of America, whether or not the Constitution says it is unconstitutional to hold somebody indefinitely. I will tell you what the Ninth Circuit will say. The Ninth Circuit will say it is absolutely unconstitutional to hold somebody, and we're going to have the same decision back before the Supreme Court in 1 year from now. So what has the Supreme Court of the United States done? Basically, for 1 year, they basically have said, well, if you're in custody for more than 6 months and government hasn't deported you, guess what? You're going to sit in custody, because they would not decide the issue of the constitutional issue. Now, in a dissenting opinion, Justice Stephen Breyer said that's ridiculous. The case is before us. We should be able to decide anything before us, including whether this is constitutional or not. And he wrote, no one can claim, nor since the time of slavery has anyone, to my knowledge, successfully claimed that persons held within the United States are totally without constitutional protection. So Justice Breyer said, yeah, you know what? Maybe it doesn't explicitly say it in the Immigration and Nationality Act, but we have a Constitution, and the Constitution says that nobody should be able to be held without bail, sit in jail forever without any criminal charges brought against them. Remember, immigration is civil forever. You should have a right to some sort of determination whether or not you should be held in jail, you're going to be deported, or you should be let out. And the Supreme Court, which is now very conservative because Trump has appointed the replacement to Antonio Scalia, they sent it back to the Ninth Circuit. I'm telling you, this is all going to be back before the Supreme Court in 9 months. The only thing it does is prolong the suffering of people who should have a redetermination and have it. They're all now going to sit in jail, unfortunately. So that is the case. What else is on here? Yeah, that's it. I basically said it all. What else? 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Please share this with your friends and family. What else is happening? We watched a wife. It's been all over the internet today. We watched a wife helplessly film her husband being arrested by ICE agents when they ambushed him while he was doing lawn work in his yard in California. They arrested this guy, Armando Ponce, while he was peacefully doing yard work in his Napa Valley home. Here's the video. His wife and daughter watched helplessly and videotaped it. The arrest came as ICE was sweeping through Northern California. Armando's wife, Felina, said that more than half a dozen ICE agents swarmed their home, where they found her husband, Armando, working in their yard. And after quickly confirming his identity, the agents arrested him and took him away without an incident. Armando's daughter, Isabella, who was born in the United States, says her father's arrest only motivates her now to make the most of her American citizenship. She says, it's kind of the reason why I want to go to college, and I kind of want to do everything for him because I have this opportunity. I am a U.S. citizen and have all this stuff, and I shouldn't take it for granted, and that is for sure. So I don't know what Armando Ponce, what happened to him. This all happened on Sunday, and this came shortly after the Oakland mayor of California, right before it happened. It happened right before the Oakland mayor, Libby Schaaf, posted a direct warning on her Facebook page telling local immigrant communities to expect a sweep by federal authorities. And on Sunday, at least 11 people were picked up by ICE. We don't know what happened to Armando. We don't know what his situation is with his deportation. If anybody does know Armando and he wants our help, tell him to contact us. 1-800-529-54. And by the way, that's the video of Armando getting arrested. 1-800-529-5465. What else is happening in the news as we wait to answer your immigration questions? American was arrested for joining ISIS. Yeah, that would get you arrested if you join ISIS. 20-year-old American Bernard Augustine from California. He was arrested in Tunisia on his way to Libya. There he is. He was trying to join ISIS. He is now in federal detention in Brooklyn. So here is a rule for people. Don't join ISIS. And finally, Jared Kushner, we don't know what he did wrong, but he had his top secret intelligence clearances taken away. For those who don't know, Jared Kushner is President Trump's son-in-law. He married Ivanka. And the son-in-law, he had his security clearance downgraded, a move that's going to prevent him from viewing many of the sensitive documents to which he once had unfettered, I see this word here on my card, unfettered access. And apparently, this would lead people to believe, many people, many pundits, I'm not a pundit, I'm just a person, but many pundits that I read from, leads people to believe that he may be more involved in this Russian investigation than has been let out so far. Because why has he had his security credentials taken away? How did he, without any computer experience, lead the entire Facebook campaign for Donald Trump that targeted Americans who were on the fence of voting for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, and put together an entire team? How did he do all that in 4 months without any computer and Facebook background? Did he get help from some people? We'll find out. That's what I think. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Please share this with your friends. Please share this. Oh, Stacey Ann Hodge giving the poop emoji about the administration. Tamika Nelson sharing. Stacey Ann Hodge, he didn't pass his background check because he's somehow involved in this Russian scandal. That's what the belief is. And the belief is that if you go back and read what Kushner did, was that he was in charge of the online social media team that Trump put together to target individual people who may have been Trump supporters. This also is kind of strange because the Russians were also accused of targeting Trump supporters. And not any Russians, it was the Russian government doing it. Our enemy, people, our country that we have nuclear weapons pointed at for the last 50 years that we had a Cold War with. And they had targeted Trump supporters as well. How did Kushner and the Russians work together? Nobody knows. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. All we know is he can't get security clearance now, and there's an independent prosecutor who's investigating all of this. So we'll figure it out. I just think where there is smoke, there is fire. But this is not the Russian investigation show. This is the Brad Show Live. And on the Brad Show Live, we answer immigration questions. So call right now, 1-800-529-5465. Francesca from Boston, Massachusetts. Francesca from Boston, Massachusetts.
Hello.
How are you, Francesca?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. What can I do to help you? You have to turn whatever you're listening to down. Whatever you're listening to, you got to turn it down.
Whatever you're listening to, you got to turn it down. Okay.
How about now?
How about now?
Nope.
Okay,
You haven't
can you hear me now?
No, yeah, but I'm going to have to put you on hold because we have you have something. We have to fix her connection. I know she was waiting for a while, but she has to fix her connection. She can't be listening to an outside source. So if you can fix that, and we'll come back to her after Onandi in Park City, Utah. Onandi.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm here.
How are you? What's up?
I'm doing wonderful. I just got a little question.
Yes.
So I'm on the H-2B program. I'm currently in Utah at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's a way that I can stay in America without being married.
You want to stay without being married?
Yeah.
You got to change your status to another. You got to get a green card. Or you got to change your status to another visa status. I don't know what visa status you can change it to, or maybe you could get an extension on your H-2B visa. When you say you want to be married, that's getting a green card. So you want to stay in a you want to stay in a temporary status. You want to be able to get a green card. Tell me what you want.
All right. So I'm currently on the H-2B visa.
I understand that you're on a seasonal worker. You're here for 6 months to work seasonally. You would like to stay longer. So you either have to change your status to a different status, a visitor's visa, maybe a student, an investor, another type of work visa, or figure out how to get a green card. One way is get married, but that's not the only way in the world. So really what you need is a consultation. You are asking, I want to stay here legal, what should I do? And the answer is, I don't have the slightest idea, simply because I don't know anything about you. That would require a consultation. But hold on one second. I gave you about 6 different options without even knowing you. 1-800-529-5465. All my cards are out of order here. I don't even know what to do with myself. All right, let's go to Roy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Roy.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's up?
Good. This is Colorado, and pot is legal here, right?
What? Pot is legal in Colorado. I am aware of that. I have not been to Colorado since pot became legal, although my friend came back and he thinks everybody in the entire state is high. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he told me.
Well, some sort of. But I would like to know, like, a medical report. You think they would, like, look for something like that?
Absolutely, because just because it's legal in Colorado doesn't mean it's legal on the federal level. They are absolutely drug testing, and you could be denied a green card for drug abuse.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 1-800, and they're my friend's theory holding true. Everybody's high in Colorado. 1-800-529. I'm not saying he's high, but he wanted to know about whether, I guess, whoever he was calling about was going to be checked for drugs in Colorado on the immigration. And the answer is yes. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Roy in Victoria, Texas. Roy.
Yes, I was calling. I have my niece from the Philippines who is in Dubai at the moment, seeking gainful employment. I mean, there's places here in Texas that are hiring all over the place, and I was just wondering, what would it take for me to get her to Texas? What is the best process?
Well, I should assume she's your niece, but I assume she's an adult. Is that correct?
Yes, she's 30.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no uncle to niece sponsorship. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
So there's nothing.
Yes, we understand that.
Right. There's nothing you do. Okay. So like anybody else, she can. It's going to be close family sponsorship, job sponsorship, student visa, investor visa, work visa. It's going to be one of those. If you want to have a consultation with us so we can find out more about your niece, more about, maybe somebody you can put her in touch with that wants to offer her a job. Okay? And you interview her and say, okay, I don't know. So I don't know what her credentials are. So maybe, it starts with a consultation, but I'm happy to help you. Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. By the way, I'd like everybody right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking out my finger, and I'm going to share this myself on this iPad. I'm going to share the page right now. I'm going to share this, and I'm going to share this to... Who should I share this to, Jill? I will share this to... Donald Trump. DT. There, just shared it. 1-800-529-5465. I just shared the post myself. I'd like everybody to please share. We're at 133 views. We're going to get up to Kimmy Kim very, very soon. We're hoping maybe DT, I don't know, the orange guy. We stopped calling him the orange guy. Maybe we should start calling him the orange guy again. I don't know. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Lloyd in Brooklyn. Lloyd.
Hello, Brad.
What's up? Lloyd.
Brad, yes. Hi, Brad.
What's going on?
Yes, I have a friend. He's in Jamaica. He's a green card holder. He has been in Jamaica for the last 8 years. Can he come back up? What issue will he face?
Well, he gave up his green card if he's been there for 8 years. Let's see if he can get it back. Why was he there for 8 years?
He said he just wasn't feeling comfortable in the States.
How did he get his green card originally?
To his mom. He has a son who is a citizen up here also.
How old is the son?
His son he's working for the city, so he's past 21.
Okay, so then I think the best thing to do is let the son refile for him. Because if he goes, there's something called an SB1 visa where you can go back and reapply to re-enter the United States as a lawful resident if you can show enough ties here. But after 8 years, he just didn't feel the United States was right for him. Basically, he gave it up. Let his son refile for him. It'll take about a year. He'll get here with his green card.
So basically, his son has to file the I-130 and the I-485.
Correct. Not the I-45, just the I-130, and then he'll get a visa appointment in Jamaica. We can help him. So hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Call now. You can get your immigration questions asked and answered. 1-800-529-5455. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5455. All right, so let's go to Kimmy Kim in our social media room. I know she got all dolled up. I saw her leave to go to the bathroom with her makeup kit. There she is at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, you look like you had a full day of work. And then in 30 minutes, you are just like all dolled up, all makeup, ready to go. There you go.
Turn it around.
There, you turn it around fast. That is for sure. All right.
Be on the air looking like an 8-hour day, Brad.
Yes, it's not an 8-hour day for you, but somehow you refresh yourself. You freshen up very, very nicely. So, right, or as they say, you clean up very nicely, right?
I clean up good.
Yeah, you clean up good. All right, so let's get to straight away because we got a lot going on here. Let's get to our social media check-in.
So Riza would like to know, my mom's an American citizen and she petitioned for my brother who's in the Philippines in 2000. We got an email from NVC June of 2013 to pay the affidavit of support, but then we asked to change status of my brother from F1 to F3. How many more years do we have to wait for their visa?
They're right now for the Philippines, for married children, they're up to March 22nd, 1995. Had he not gotten married, they're up to October 15th, 2005. He would have got his green card. But because he got married, it's 1995. Thus, we continue with the canard of chain migration. Mom, who is a U.S. citizen, has been waiting 18 years for her son to come here. Hardly a chain, and will be waiting at least 5 more.
Right. Yeah, 20 whole years.
Yes.
What a
Or
change.
maybe more. Or maybe more.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
Reginald wants to know, I need an explanation on bad moral character and how it can be used against you once you've been convicted of a crime. Can they use bad moral character against you even if the one arrest you had was dismissed and sealed?
Yes, because bad moral character means that you have a bad mind, bad intent. It has nothing to do with a criminal conviction. Now, bad moral character doesn't mean that you have to have good moral character or you have to be a good person every day of your life. Everybody is entitled to a bad day. So you got one arrest in your entire life, and that case was dismissed. I would argue, and I think I would argue successfully, you had a bad day. Doesn't make you a bad person. If, on the other hand, you have a series of arrests all for the same thing, and you got lucky that they all got dismissed, but let's say you got arrested for, like, I don't know, domestic violence like 3 or 4 times. I'm making something up. And,
right.
And then the victim chose not to, testify against you. The DA couldn't make out a crime, and they finally dismissed it 3 or 4 times. And they see, wow, you've been arrested for domestic violence 3 or 4 times in the last 8 years, and each time it was dismissed. You may have a good moral character issue, so it depends on what that particular situation is.
We've got Regina who says, I've got a 10-year permanent residence, which is going to expire next year, but unfortunately my husband passed away in 2016. He was a U.S. citizen. In this situation, how do I go about getting my U.S. citizenship application?
He passed away in 2016. You have to file a widow petition within 2 years of the death. So you're coming up on the 2 years. I don't know when in 2016 did he pass? Because we're in 2018 already.
It does not say when
so
he passed.
You're coming up very close to, like, I can't help you anymore. Yeah. So she should be calling me immediately.
Donna says, my friend's a green card holder. She lives in New York. She's got a boyfriend in Jamaica, and she wants to go down and marry him. But she hasn't paid any taxes since she got her green card. Can she still file for him?
Yeah, but then why didn't she pay taxes? Has she not worked? Because if she's working, not paying taxes, let her file back tax returns, and you can come to Carmela in our office, and she'll try to write off, your debt, negotiate it down. Alternatively, if she's not working and she's just living off the fat of the land, yeah, she can still marry. There's no law that says you can't get married. You're just going to need an affidavit of support from somebody else.
Kamara wants to know, my friend wants to know if her husband pays child support. Is it going to affect him filing for her? She's from Jamaica.
No, you're supposed to pay child support. It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Well done on continuing to pay your child support.
Well done. You're taking care of your kid. Yeah.
Yeah. We want more people just like you.
Exactly. On the other hand, you're like, this guy I'm going to marry, he's a deadbeat. He hasn't paid his child support in 4 years. Will that affect? That's a different story. Yes, he's got back to child support. He's doing the right thing. He married a good guy.
And I was going to say, and if he has many years of back child support,
Oh no.
Do we have
we can't entertain everybody.
Okay.
Entertain. I dropped this. I can't hear anything. Entertain everybody. I will slowly go down. I have this thing for everybody. This is what allows me to hear. This fell because, you want to know why? You know who I blame for all of this? You know who I blame for all of this? Patrice is supposed to dress me.
Definitely.
Okay? Patrice did not dress me. I'm dressing myself now. Okay? For some reason, she feels she doesn't have to do it anymore. And this is what happens. I don't know where she got the memo that she doesn't have to dress me. So all my, now this sounds dirty, but I'm about to say, all my equipment just fell out of my pants, So, That sounds that's all because of Patrice, that sounds very dirty, but that's exactly what happened. All my equipment just fell out of my pants. All right. What else? Let's go. Yeah.
I don't have anything to top that.
You don't
I
have
do
anything,
have some questions.
Okay, let's get
not going to be.
Okay.
Dane wants to know. Dane Williams, ATL, has been repping the ATL for probably decades, I'm assuming.
Right.
Decade says, Dane wants to know, what's the filing fee for a green card? I'm filing for my wife. She's here and out of status.
What's the filing fee for a green card? My wife, if you're a citizen, she's overstayed her time, it's $1,760.
We have Yasmin, who says, I came to the U.S. On an illegal visa in 1997.
And by the way, Christine Lewis Anderson, yes, I'm blaming Patrice because I always blame other people. I can't take the blame myself. Okay, continue. I'm just reading as we go along. Okay. Why would it be my fault? It's got to be somebody else's fault, right? Yeah. All right.
This is why we say that it's honest to a team, man.
That's right.
Don't feel like you're not taking responsibility.
I'm not taking responsibility. Okay. So what else we got?
Yasmin came to the U.S. On an illegal visa in 1997.
Right.
She was sent back home, obviously. Can daughter now file for her?
No, because she needs a waiver. You can't get a waiver through the daughter for that. You can only do a waiver through a spouse or a parent.
Okay. We've got Francesca, who says, I came here as a J1 student, and I feel really afraid of my country, which is the Dominican Republic.
Why?
Every day.
It's Dominican Independence Day. Is this Francesca? By the way, this was Francesca who called before, but we were having, I think, a issue with the call. All right, so now this is Francesca with the question on Facebook. Let's start again. I want to give her a good answer.
Okay.
On Dominican Republic Independence Day, nevertheless.
Right. You got to do it right, Brad.
Yes.
You have to
Right.
Their Dominican Republic is watching right now.
Yes. Okay. So why is she scared to go back?
So she's scared to go back because every day it's worse and worse. Robbers can kill you just to rob you of the smallest thing. When I was there, I didn't feel myself. I didn't feel secure. And just before I came last May of 2017, I was robbed in a terrible way with a gun to my head. It's been even more traumatic since. I'm scared. I'm very scared to go back. Is there any way I can become legal in the United States? And if so, what do I need?
You're not going to become legal because you come from a country that you feel is dangerous. That's not a reason to apply for a green card. I come from a dangerous country. Okay? You can apply. Now, people are probably, your armchair lawyer, okay? The armchair lawyer sitting at home is saying, well, why don't you apply for asylum? That's not asylum. Asylum is not because bullets are flying over your head or you're getting robbed. You have to belong to a group that's being persecuted to get asylum. I don't know what group she would, crime victims of the Dominican Republic. I'm not exactly sure what the group would be. So she, based on that alone, that would not be a claim for asylum. I don't know what else she has going for her. I understand maybe she doesn't want to go back, but let's think of, maybe other ways. I don't have the answer. And her question basically is, how do I get a green card? So she would need to have a consultation. I know she's up in Massachusetts, and I think what she should do is have a phone consultation with us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Kamara has an update to the hubby that's filing for her, or to the boyfriend, fiance that will file for her once they're married.
Right.
He does have back child support. The current ones are up to date, but he does owe back child support.
How much back child? So we were telling him he was like boyfriend of the year, but maybe he's not the boyfriend of the year. Maybe
he is now, but he wasn't before.
Does he owe right now? How much does he owe right now?
We don't know how much he owes right now. We do know that he owes.
Okay, so we got to get that straightened out. If it's like a couple $100, a couple thousand, maybe he can get that straightened out. But if he owes $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, the U.S. government's going to say, hey, pal, not in those words, but they're going to say, hey, pal, you don't support your kids. What makes you think you're going to be able to support somebody else that you bring from another country? So we got to get that under control first before you apply for your green card. Now, that doesn't mean he shouldn't go down and marry you, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't go file the I-130, because this child support issue is going to come up 1 year from now. Not today, 1 year from now when you go to the U.S. Embassy. So start the process, and then also simultaneously, let's start the process of trying to fix the child support issues.
Joy says, is the medical needed for approval of the EAD?
No.
It's a Navy gal. Wants to know, my mother-in-law put in for her 3 kids. They are aged 45, 44, and 43 in 2013. How much longer is the wait?
What was this person's name, Gal?
It's Navy gal.
Where's Navy Gal from?
It doesn't say.
Okay, assuming you're not from China, India, Mexico, or the Philippines, they're up to March 22nd, 2011, and you have about 2 more years. If you are from China, India, Mexico, or the Philippines, my answer would change.
Melinda says, I've got a friend that came here on a C1 visa. If she gets married, is it possible for her to get her papers without having to go back to Jamaica?
If she's 245I, or if she marries someone in the Navy, or in the military, or former military, you can get a parole in place. Otherwise, you need to get a provisional waiver. And by the way, I was just saying, somebody came to me the other day and said, I'm terrified of this provisional waiver. I said, I can't tell you about anybody else, and obviously you can't guarantee that a provisional waiver will get approved, but I said every provisional waiver that we got approved, I can guarantee you this, every provisional waiver that we got approved in this office here at Spar and Bernstein, somebody went home, they came back. So I told the person, I said, if you get stuck back home, you would be the first of hundreds and hundreds, if not more. I don't even know how many we did, but a lot.
Yes, so either play the lottery or
just
you trust Spar Bernstein.
Correct.
Baby wants to know, I'm a green card holder and my husband is a U.S. citizen. I just want to bring my mom here from the Philippines for a visit. So what I really want to ask is, how long do we need to wait for processing her documents to let her come here? I'm really hoping that you can help us with the process.
She's a permanent resident or she's a citizen?
She's a permanent resident and she's married to a green card holder.
Okay.
And she's married to a U.S. citizen.
Well, the mom there's nothing for me to process. The mom can go in and try to get a visitor's visa. And if she gets it, wonderful. She has to show enough ties back home. If not, if she needs help in terms of what should the mother bring to the embassy, I'm happy to have that consultation with her. If the mother gets turned down, and I think that the mother should have gotten a visa, we could always call the U.S. Embassy and argue it out with them. Or we can wait for baby to become a citizen and then just file for the mom, one or the other, and get her mom a green card.
We've got lots of options there.
Lots of options.
Nitz says, I'm a U.S. citizen through marriage.
Right.
I've been here in the U.S. for about 10 years. My question is, can I go ahead and petition for my brother or sister? And if so, how long is it going to take to come here when I file the petition?
The brother or sister is going to take 10 to 12 years. So if you come here, you're going to live here illegally for 10 to 12 years while you're waiting for that. So let's come up with a better option. There may be better options. There may not be. I don't know. That's why we have the consultation.
This is why we have the consultation.
Correct.
Cynthia says, I'd like to I'd like to see if you can help me pass to get a visa to the U.S. because I failed my interview twice already.
Why did she fail her interview? What, to get a visitor's visa?
Yes.
This is to get the visitor's visa. To get the visitor's visa, you have to have enough ties to your home country. So and it's for you, the U.S. Embassy doesn't have to give anybody a visa. They're under no obligation to give out even one visa. It is your obligation to go to the U.S. Embassy and convince the man behind the window that you're coming to visit and you're going home in 2 or 3 weeks or a month. You're not staying here in the United States for 6, 8, 10, 12 months. You're going to overstay your visa, or you're going to work. It's your obligation. What do you have in your life? Jobs, homes, property, other assets, family being left behind. What do you have that's going to be a magnet that brings you back to your country? And you got to be able to demonstrate that at the window.
Kamara, whose boyfriend, fiance, significant other owes back child support, says, instead of having the husband file an affidavit of support, could she maybe get an affidavit from a different family member, and that would curb the child support issue totally?
No, the husband has to file an affidavit of support by law. So, and the government looks at what's called the totality of circumstances. That's the test. So they look at everything. So, that's why I said if it's a couple $1,000s, yeah, you can get an affidavit of support from a second person. It's possible. They'll say, all right, in totality of circumstances, you can get a green card. But if the husband owes $20,000, $30,000 in back support, I'm telling you, you're going to have a big problem.
Faith says, my mom filed for me in May of 2012. I am now married. How much time do we have to wait?
Your mom filed in 2012. You're now married. Yep. If you are not from, I assume you are not from China, India, Mexico, or the Philippines.
Hopefully.
If you are, you have a much longer wait. If you are from any other country, they're processing December 15th, 2005. And when did mom file?
2012. In May of 2012.
You got a while. And if you are single, they're up to March 22nd, 2011. I'm not telling you to divorce your husband, but if you did, you would come here in a year, but then your husband's left behind. Nobody's telling you to do that. Okay, I'm just, those are the facts. Now, maybe what people don't understand, Kimmy Kim, is just because you're waiting all of these years, your family members, we hear this every day, and maybe we should have a group. Let's start a group. People who have been waiting a really long time. The chain migration is a myth group. Part of
support group,
because people who are waiting such a long time, there are other options. Job sponsorships. Maybe there's other options as well. Just because you went down one path and you're waiting a long time doesn't mean that's the only option in the world. There's other options, but you need to have a consultation with us. Let's do this, Kimmy Kim, because we have a lot going on today. All right.
Absolutely.
As I said, it is Dominican Independence Day. And we have our correspondent in Miami, Anna Ascona, who happens just by coincidence to also be Dominican. She is celebrating it today at the American Airlines Arena. She has been invited by the Miami Heat to be the representative for the Dominican Republic. I'm not exactly sure what she's doing out on the floor, I guess at halftime or before the game or during, timeouts. I'm not sure.
Hyping up
I'm not sure what she will be doing there, but I do know that she will be videotaping it all and will be showing it to us live tomorrow. In the meantime, she has interviewed for us over the weekend Daniela Carpio. Daniela Carpio is a musician and producer and host at La Musica app. And she has interviewed her about her career, her immigration journey, and coming from Guatemala. So let's watch.
What's up, friends from The Brad Show? I'm Anna Ascona. Today I have the pleasure to speak with Daniela Carpio, who's a musician and also my colleague at La Musica app. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me. I feel so honored.
So Daniela, can you tell our viewers what is it that you do at La Musica app?
Well, I'm a producer / host. We produce different content from different Latin artists, and I have 2 shows. One is a throwback show that has different moments of pop culture, and the other one is based on Latin alternative music, which is called Alter Latino.
What do you enjoy most about being a musician?
I think it's a blessing to be able, with any kind of art, really, to share your feelings with the world through music or through writing or through producing is also very creative, that. So I think it's a blessing to be able to do that and share your soul, because you're putting yourself out there and showing the world what you are.
And I know you're from Guatemala. What made you come to the States? How did you get here?
I was, my singing career was doing well in my country. I worked at TV Azteca as a host as well. But one day I just Guatemala's industry is very small because we're a small country and it's not very relevant. So one day I was just is this what I want to do with my life? Just stay in Azteca and sing locally and maybe a few shows internationally. But it was very limited, and I felt there was so much that I could do. So I was is this what I want to do? And the answer was no. So my ex-husband, he was American, is American, and we thought that it would be cool to come here. So we just like took the decision and we sold everything that we had, which wasn't a lot. But we tried to pay the debts that we had and everything, and we just came.
And where did you reside when you first moved from Guatemala to the States?
It was a big mess because like I didn't have credit and he hadn't lived here for a very long time, so he didn't have credit. So we had to live in Fort Lauderdale, really far away, and obviously try to work as anything that we could just to like get by.
What would you say has been some of your biggest challenges or any struggles that you faced in the 3 years that you've been residing in the U.S.?
Realizing that everything I had done was like I had done anything. Like
starting from scratch?
Yeah, like it doesn't matter what you did in your country. People here don't care. They're like, what have you done here? It was like a big shock for me because I worked really hard in my career and I invested money and just like realizing that it didn't mean anything here, that was hard for me, like to understand that I had to start from zero and build myself up, which thank God I had.
Do you feel like it's a big sacrifice you're making, separating yourselves from your family?
I think it's a sacrifice for myself, obviously, because I'm far away from my family, I'm far away from my friends, from my food, from my landscapes, like my people. I love my country, so it's hard, but I think at the end you need people to leave to like yeah.
So Daniela, a lot of people come to the United States in search of the American dream. What is your definition of the American dream?
I think my American dream is to be able to grow.
To grow, okay.
To grow in something that I love and to do it because here in America, everything has to be done very well. Like there's so much competition everywhere that for you to stand out, it's because you're good. So I think that's my American dream, to work hard and always be better. And this country allows you to do that.
How do you make sure to focus on your craft and being the best that you can be with all the competition that exists in the United States, especially in the media industry?
I think you just have to be like secure of yourself. Honestly, I don't think about other people. I have like an ADD. Like I don't think about anything. I just like go. Like I want to do something and I find a way to do it. I think, okay, this is what I can do to do this, and I do it. And you always hope for the best. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But I really believe that what's for you is for you. And what's not, it's not. So if you don't get like an audition or you don't get a job, it's because it's not for you. So I do believe in faith and in God and the universe, like conspiring to make things happen. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Shout out to The Brad Show.
Shout out to The Brad Show, and thank you for watching. And check out our show, Alter Latino, which is awesome, and my music and everything. And peace out.
All right, we certainly made Jeff Bossi happy, and the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. Our lines are wide open. We have 12 open lines right now, so if you call, you will get your immigration question asked and answered right now at 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. That was Anna Azcona. Anna is our Miami correspondent. It is Dominican Independence Day today, as we said, so happy Dominican Independence Day. But we'd like everybody to call right now. We're in our segment where I will be talking to people. So if you do have questions, you're going to call right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. It is very possible, ladies and gentlemen, that we have reached that time after 20 years of me doing this on the radio and on Facebook, that nobody has any immigration questions anymore. And that's perfectly fine, because if that's the case, I'll just go back into Wolf Blitzer mode, and we're just going to talk about the news. But if you do have immigration questions, now is the time to call 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. All right. Don't make me go into my Wolf Blitzer mode. I'm going to do it. 1-800-529-5465. All right, I won't do it. I do hear in my ear that we have a lot of questions on Facebook Live, so let's go back to Kimmy Kim Kim with more of your immigration questions. Kimmy Kim Kim. Hello.
Hey.
We have
Hey, Brad.
we have shy people today. They're all leaving their questions on Facebook. What's up with that?
Well, if you're a little bit of a narcissist like me, you see it as they just really want to see my face too.
No. I just think I really think it's shyness. I really think it's shyness. I wish they would have called, because then I could speak with them and you can take a break and chat with your squad on Facebook. So if people do call, we will speak with them at 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. But in the meantime, we're going to take you away from your chatting with your squad, and we're going to get back to our Facebook questions. What else we got?
We've got Marshallette, who really wants to know, her friend is filing for her citizenship next month, and she wants to know how soon she can put in for her papers for her mom, who she's also planning on filing for.
Her friend is filing for her mom?
Friend is getting her citizenship.
Friend is getting her citizenship.
Next month, and then after she gets her citizenship, she wants to go ahead and file for her mom.
The next day after you become a citizen, you put in the papers. And by the way, we will take calls, Kim, if I have to bully people into calling. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK.
We're going to go out on the street for the conference number.
Yes. God damn it. 1-800.
You know you have
You do. Yes, you do. Everyone does. Who does it these days? 1-800. Oh my God! Look at my thing fell.
Your pocket square is jumping ship.
My pocket square jumped ship. I got to fix it here. 1-800-529-5465. What else you got? Let's do 2 or 3 more questions.
We've got Joan, who says, what jobs offer the best sponsorship to cut the time of chain migration?
Almost any job right now. The waiting list for job sponsorships is for every country but China, El Salvador, India, Mexico, and the Philippines is current. So from your nanny and housekeeper all the way up to nuclear scientist, it's the same wait. 12, 18 months. Okay, so almost any job, as long as you can prove you're not taking a job away from an American worker.
So Lisa says, what happens if a person can't find their I-94 even on the website?
Why do you need the It depends why you need the I-94.
Lisa, why do you need the I-94?
All right, Kimmy Kim. 2 people called. 2.
They didn't want to keep seeing my beautiful face?
No. So we're going to go to those 2 people, because we have to do this show in the proper produced order. I thank you for coming on, but we will be coming back to you shortly. How's that?
Sounds good.
To answer all your questions. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. Let's go to Brittany in Rockville, Maryland. Brittany.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I have a question.
Yeah.
My daughter is 23 and she's filing for her dad. How long does it take for him to get through?
Where's your dad? Her dad?
He's here.
How did he come to the United States?
I'm not sure how he came.
Well, if he came on a visa, was he inspected at the airport?
To be honest, I don't think he came on a visa.
Okay, if he did not come here on a visa, then he's got a problem. If he came here on a visa, he can adjust his status and he'll get his green card in like 9 months. But if he didn't come here on a visa, he may not be eligible to adjust. Then he has to go home and do a provisional waiver, but you can't get a provisional waiver through your daughter. So a lot depends on how did he enter the United States.
I don't think he came on a visa, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, so then it's based on the daughter. If he has his daughter and nobody else in the world, he's never getting his green card through his daughter. If he did not come here on a visa, unless the daughter is in the military.
No, she's not.
Or unless he had something filed before April 30th, 2001. Or unless his parents had something filed before April 30th, 2001. But,
his parents are not here.
Yeah, no, he's got
children are the only ones here.
Yeah, he's got huge problems then if he didn't come here on a visa. And he should have a consultation with me. It's not going to be that easy or fast. But he can't adjust. And you can't do the provisional waiver through a daughter.
He can't do it to his daughter?
No, not if he didn't come here legally.
So I'll tell her.
Yeah, and tell her to have a consultation. He needs it because we need to know how he came, and we can figure it out from there.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
She won't get in any trouble, though, for filing for him?
No, she's a U.S. citizen. She's following the law.
Yeah, she's a citizen.
Yeah. You can never get in trouble for filing for somebody. You're trying to help somebody. You don't get in trouble for that.
And how long does it take for somebody to get their citizenship?
If they're eligible, about 9 months, assuming they have a clean case.
Okay.
All right.
Because my niece, she did hers in September, and she only got a letter saying that they got it, and she didn't hear anything else.
They did September. Well, it's September, October, November, December, January, February, March. They're only about 6 months into it. Another 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You like how I count on my fingers? I have to do that. September, October, November, December. 1-800-529-5465. Cynthia in Queens. Cynthia.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what's up?
Yes.
What's going on?
Hi, how are you doing?
What's going on?
I want to ask, good evening. I want to ask you a question, right?
Yes.
I'm married. My husband filed for me. I'm in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently we went on this interview in 2016. The immigration officer did not ask as much question. I think he asked us about 5 questions. We did answer it. I don't know what was the problem, but he said we have a second interview.
Okay.
And I've been waiting now.
The problem is that they didn't believe it was a real marriage. That's the problem. For whatever.
Okay.
You walked in, he got the wrong vibe from you. That was basically it.
Mhm. So they said we will get a second interview, and we are waiting now. It's over a year now. We have not get any interview.
Okay. And this is where? In Federal
In
Plaza
New
or
York.
in New York? All right. So then, if it's been a year,
in Hitsville.
in Holtzville, if it's been a year and you haven't gotten an interview yet, then I think it's time to come see me, and let's follow up on that for you.
Okay.
All right, because you should have gotten it by now. You and your spouse are together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I do want to ask everybody to please share with your friends and family. If you don't share, then we can't help as many people as we would like. So the best way to share is take out your thumb, take out your finger, and share it to as many people as you know. Share it to more than one person. Share it to 2 people. Share it to 3 people. Share it to 10 people. But share. And remember, sharing is caring. Telephone number to call to get on our show is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's also the number to my law office. So if you are wondering, hey, how do I get in touch with this lawyer? It's the same telephone number, 1-800-529-5465. It's the same number to call as it is to get on our show, 1-800-529-5465. So this weekend, the entire team, Jilly, Brittany, Patrice, Jonathan, they all went to Chinatown, right here in Manhattan. Now, none of them are Chinese, but they all went to celebrate the Chinese New Year. Let's see what happened.
What's up, Brad Squad? It's your boy Jonathan Elias. We're here in New York City. Yeah, Chinese New Year. You hear that? Yo, we're gonna go around. We're gonna ask people about their culture, see what they're looking for in the New Year. It's the year of the dog, man's best friend. Hey! What does that mean? What's that mean? Good luck. Yeah! What does the Chinese New Year mean to you?
So for me personally, it means a lot about spending time with family and be grateful for what I have and looking forward to the new year.
For me, I like every New Year celebration. So any culture that's got a New Year's, like So it's a do-over again. And so I'm into the moon, and with it starting over another part of the year.
There are like a lot of people in China, as you obviously know, but it's very important, like during this time of year, you hang out with your family, basically. You do everything together with your family. And, I think the people here, their family might be back in China, so that's kind of a problem. But it's nice that they're all here together right now, trying to celebrate the spirit.
I think it's a time to think about your roots and to think about like where you come from, the culture that is ingrained inside you.
Yes, I love that.
Specifically, it's the Lunar New Year, right? I'm Korean, and so we celebrate it also. Like my mom celebrates her birthday based on the lunar calendar, which is great energy.
We come from New Jersey, and we were going to make it rain or shine. It's been a crazy journey. We ran about 10 blocks to catch the beginning of the parade. It's all about celebrating happiness and just a great environment to solicit what you want and pray and give back to the community and do and give what you have to do in your heart.
That's unique is I think for Chinese people, our relationships with our elders is very important. So I think, it's like really important for us to respect them and have that like ongoing relationship with the elders to take care of them.
I enjoy the fact that it's an amalgamation of cultures, of both the traditional Chinese and American cultures, how one doesn't take over the other, but they blend together and mesh the best parts of both.
What are you looking for in the new year?
That is a very interesting question. As I said, I just came back from China, so right now I'm just looking to reintegrate into the U.S., just to, still feel the American spirit, I guess.
I am looking forward to taking care of my mom. She started off the year being ill, but seeing her get back and healthy, which a lot of the Chinese medicine is what I'll be using to help her get healthy. So
I am looking forward to hopefully getting some really good roles. I'm an actor, so having a friend in New York I can crash with when I'm auditioning.
That's going to help. You need that.
Yeah.
You need a good friend in New York.
In the new year, I'm looking forward to spending some quality time with family and friends and hopefully building some new relationships as well. That'd be good.
Oh, you are Korean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let us know your immigration story.
My parents started a restaurant, and me and my brother were raised by my grandmother while they were out working all the time. And my grandmother was a refugee twice, first from World War II during the Japanese occupation, and then second during she escaped from the northern region during the Korean War, the Civil War, down to the southern region. She's still kicking.
Yeah.
She's a very strong woman.
From El Salvador, I came here at the age of 2. So I worked in this territory for a very long time. We give back to the community with dental care and a bunch of other really good stuff. So this was my second home.
My mom's father, we can trace it back all the way past the Mayflower. On my mom's side, Sicilian. And my dad's side, pretty much straight up French.
Well, they didn't, here in the United States, they are here by birth through Puerto Rico. But before then, on my father's side of the family, some family migrated from Jamaica over to Costa Rica in order to get work.
I actually came to America when I was 2. I'm from Guangzhou originally, and I came with my family, and I'm actually from Los Angeles.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. Inglewood.
I know where you're from. Okay.
Parents were born and raised in China. I was actually raised in the U.S., but I went back to China for a very, very long time recently. I was in China, for the last 8 years. I was working and living there. That's also where I met my wife.
Oh, nice.
When I first got there, there was actually a huge culture shock because I came from the U.S. But now after 8 years, after I'm back, there's a huge reverse culture shock, actually. Yeah.
My grandparents had come over and migrated to the U.S., and my father was born in Puerto Rico, and then from there they came to New York eventually, and I was born here.
Do you feel like because of your family migrating out here, you're living the American dream?
Well, it's funny, on my mom's side of the family, because there is native blood, I'm like, I was here before.
Before everybody. So this is my land. Do you feel like you are living the American dream, or at least close to getting there?
I'm making my way there, slowly.
We're living some kind of American dream, right? I have very conflicted feelings about where we are as a country and what it means to be, I guess, American when you're not white. But I think that I can count myself very fortunate. I've been to plenty of really bad war-torn areas. and I count myself and my family very fortunate that we were able to like live here.
Now that you guys have moved from China, you're living the American dream?
Getting there. You know, of course, in today's political climate, it's a little, sometimes it can be a little discouraging, but you know, there's always hope, and I'm looking forward to that.
I love that. And yourself?
Yeah, no, I think I'm living the American dream. I think, you know, they say it's possible for everyone, but the chances, you have to get a lot of opportunities to make that happen, right? Everything has to kind of line up, and I'd say I've been very fortunate in that respect, and things have lined up, so yeah.
Well, there you have it, Brad Squad. I had a blast today. We are at the end of the parade. We saw and talked to some amazing people from different cultures. They told us what the Chinese New Year meant to them. Now I know so much more. I'm excited, but yo, it's still cold, and I feel like, all right, wait, hey! They're crazy, guys. We're out.
All right, that's Jonathan Elias. Wonderful job. He'll be joining me in the studio hopefully very soon. But the telephone number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sandrina. Whoa, Sandrina. In Walden, New York. Where's Walden, New York?
Upstate.
All right, what's going on?
Yes, I texted you the other day, but I still didn't hear your answer.
Oh, okay. What is the question? Go again.
Yes, from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my interview to get a visiting visa for here.
Right.
Yeah, I tell some untruth on the interview.
Right.
Yes, so I'm married here and have children, and on the interview here.
Wait 1 second. You got a visa. What was the are you talking about getting a visitor's visa?
Yes.
Okay, so you got a visitor's visa. What was the untruth that you told?
I told them that my father died and I'm coming here for his funeral.
Okay. And your father did not die?
No.
Okay, where's your father?
He's in New York here.
He's alive and well?
Yes.
Okay. And you got the visitor's visa?
Yes.
So you submitted a death certificate of a man that, or that was or was not your father, but certainly your father's not dead. And now you've been here for how long now?
I didn't submit anything.
You just said my dad died. I need to go.
Yes.
Okay. And when was this?
2013.
2013. And you came here on a visitor's visa. I hear children in the background. Were those children born here or in another country?
Yeah, they were born here.
They were born here. How many children do you have?
2.
Okay. And where's the father of these children?
He's here.
Okay. He's a citizen? He's a citizen?
Yes, he is.
All right. So you filed an adjustment. You're going to need a waiver because you made a misrepresentation.
Yes,
Okay.
I did that, and he dropped it off, and then they said they haven't received it, but they stamped and said they received it. But
okay, who dropped what off?
My husband dropped off the waiver.
Okay, your husband just filled out a form and submitted it?
Yes.
That's getting denied. Oh, with a lawyer or without a lawyer?
A lawyer did it.
Okay, and now they claim they don't have it?
Yes.
Okay, how long ago was that?
It was from November.
All right, so you got denied?
No, I haven't received a mail or anything.
So how do you know that? How do you know that they didn't get it?
Because they said to call after 120 days, and I called, and they said they haven't received it.
Yeah, but you're not calling the immigration service. You're calling an outside contractor. They have no idea whether they received it or not. All right, so you can't. When you call, it's like like you ever call Citibank and then you hear like somebody in another country. You're not really calling Citibank.
Yes.
You're calling some call center somewhere, and they have very, very small or limited knowledge of what's going on with your case. And then, so I wouldn't get overly concerned about that. It's been 120 days. What I would be concerned about is, did you do a good waiver? You have proof that it was filed, so I'm sure it was. The question is, did you do a good waiver? I always get concerned when I went to a lawyer and the lawyer told me to go hand it off. When lawyers don't take responsibility for the work that they do and give it to you to go file, it gives me a little pause and a concern about, hey, what is it actually that they did? What I would suggest you do at the bare minimum is to hold on, have a consultation with me, and let's see Let's see what the lawyer did, and if he did a good job, then we'll follow it up. And if he didn't do such a hot job, maybe we could supplement it before they make a decision. Okay? So hold on one second.
Yeah.
All right? Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. Brittany in Queens. Brittany.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
I just called you, but I forgot to ask you a question. Another
What's your question? What was your question before?
I
spoke
asked
to so
you
many people.
if a daughter can file for
right. And he overstayed, or we don't know how he came here.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was wondering if you say he can't get a waiver through his daughter.
He cannot get a waiver through his daughter. Correct. He can get a waiver through a spouse, but not a daughter or a parent.
That's what I was going to ask. Can he get a waiver through a spouse?
Yes.
So does the spouse have to file another paperwork for him?
No, the daughter can file for him, but the spouse would need to file the waiver for him. And then again, if he didn't enter, he's going to need a provisional waiver, and then perhaps need a second waiver for misrepresentation, or maybe not, depending on how he came. So this whole thing requires a consultation.
Okay, I'll tell the daughter to call you.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's find Kimmy Kim with some more social media questions. Kimmy Kim.
Brad.
What's going on?
Oh, just talking to my peeps in the Brad Squad in the comments.
Yeah, and
trying to keep everyone in line.
What are we coming up with?
Oh man, there is nothing wholesome or family friendly about
There is
the comments
nothing.
today.
All right, so I don't even want to read. I just looked down now. Tamika Nelson says, "Man, I got to shave." All right, I buy that one. I can't argue with that.
Really, we've been putting Jeff Bosey in timeout all day long.
All right.
So Jeff Bosey is in timeout because he doesn't know how to behave in Facebook comments.
That is probably true.
It's always a good time. He can't contain himself when he sees Anna Banana.
Yeah. We can only do about 3 or 4 minutes before he explodes. So
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
We were originally going to have like a 12-minute Anna segment. I'm like, no. Jeff will have a heart attack. All right.
God, no.
What do we got here in social media?
Marky Bent wants to know, what's the price to renew a work permit?
You don't have to. Well, if it's on an adjustment, you shouldn't have to pay the filing fee.
Christine says, is it possible for you to get a work permit for my relative? I'm currently in the process of filing for my citizenship.
Can you get a work permit for your relative? Yes. What do you mean you want to get a work permit for your relative? Who's your relative? You don't get anything for anybody. They apply for their own work permit. So let's figure out who your relative is, where they are, what is your relationship to them, and then take it from there.
What we actually need to do with them.
Right.
Brenda says...
Yeah, but I know this guy. Could you get him a work permit? I don't,
Right,
that's the question.
Yeah. My third cousin twice removed that I haven't seen.
Right.
No. Brenda says, good evening. If you bring kids from the Caribbean and you'd like to do a DNA test for them, they live in New Jersey. Can you do it? When I asked somebody, they said that you can't do it if it's in New York, but you can in New Jersey. Is that true?
No, you can do it anywhere. Just the DNA testing lab is in New Jersey. So, like, if you live in New York, they're going to send you to the DNA testing lab in New Jersey. I think that's what she's talking about.
Ah. See, you always know the answer.
Yes.
Willig, I don't know, says, how long is the total process for job sponsorships?
18 months, 20 months, 16 months, somewhere in there. More than 1 year, less than 2.
That is such an insane pace compared to every other wait time we talk about. Riza says, I've got one more question. My friend was arrested in 2011 for grand theft and burglary here in California. He's a green card holder, and his green card has been expired since 2014. Can you advise him what to do for him to renew his green card?
What? Grand theft? Renew green card?
Grand theft?
I think he should be calling me. That sounds like a felony. I wouldn't be renewing anything, especially when you have an arrest. You shouldn't be filing anything for renewal. You shouldn't be doing any citizenship till you speak to me or speak to a good attorney, so that way you know you're not going to get yourself deported. But you just don't go randomly filing to renew your green card.
Yeah, that's way too risky.
Yes.
That's way too risky. Marco says, I also came here on a J1 visa 2 years ago. Is there any option for me to gain legal status? My grandfather is a citizen and wanted to try to petition for me. Would that work? And if so, what do I do and how long is it going to take?
How is this person an adult?
Yes,
Okay.
it seems so.
All right. But grandpa never filed for mom or dad?
Does not say. So I'm going to assume no.
And where's this person from? First of all, grandpa can't do anything for an adult. Okay? It's possible. All right, so let's keep grandpa out of it. Unless grandpa filed for mom or dad before you were 21, then that's a different situation. But assuming grandpa never did anything and you're an adult, grandpa's out of the situation. So now your question is, how do I get a green card? Again, you're going to need if the question is, how do I get a green card? The first thing that should pop through your mind is call 1-800-529-5465 and set up a consultation.
That would be step one to getting a green card forever and ever.
Correct.
Christine has a follow-up, the one who wanted the green card for the work permit for her relative. Here's the real issue. She wants to file for her son, who is 28 years old, but the filing is going to take too long. She wants him to be able to work while they are filing for him because it is going to be such a long wait.
Right. Well, when you do a job sponsorship, you're not getting a work permit while you're going through the job sponsorship. What a job sponsorship is an offer of employment when you get a green card. So if you have an employer who wants to prospectively sponsor you and they say, you know what, we don't want to hire this person right now because they're out of status, but we promise to hire them when they become legal and get a green card, that process is approximately 18 months right now. Now, the fact that you worked illegally during the job sponsorship process should not be a bar to getting a green card unless you're violating your visa status. Then you would have to do some sort of waiver and go home and come back. So, every situation is different.
So this wasn't for the job sponsorship one. This was because she wanted to get the work permit for her relative. The relative in question that she wants a work permit for is her son.
Her adult son, she does not get a work permit for an adult son. He's waiting years. Yeah. I understand the question now.
Joan says, at what age do children age out as a beneficiary on a filing if it began when they were 11 years old?
The age out is 21, but then they have the Child Status Protection Act. See, everything is an but with immigration. So the general rule is you age out at 21. So when you turn 21, you fall off the case. But they have something called the Child Status Protection Act. Child Status Protection Act is supposed to protect children. So if you are so this is the rules. If it's a U.S. citizen filing for a child under 21, the child never ages out. Child's age is stuck on the day of the filing. If it's something where the child is a derivative beneficiary on an I-130, so let's say it's grandpa, father filing for child, and now this is your child. You're the son or daughter of somebody. Once the child turns 21 years old, they fall off. But under the Child Status Protection Act, you get to add on the time it took for the I-130 to get approved. So let's say hypothetically the I-130 took, it's a weird law, it doesn't really make much sense, but that's what it is. So let's say the I-130 took 2 years to get approved. In these cases, you want the I-130 to take as long as you can to get approved because then you're going to get more benefit on the Child Status Protection Act. So if the I-130 took 2 years to get approved, you get till the 23rd birthday, provided the priority dates are current by the 23rd birthday.
Got it.
Did you really get that?
I did. Really? I did.
Or you're just saying I got it and have no idea what the hell I'm saying.
No, I think that makes total sense. Okay. But the fact that they have that extra kind of leeway is really interesting because then you end up praying that the government works extra slow.
Correct. And the answer is every case is different when you age out. Really.
That blows my mind. Yeah. The one time that you really hope government bureaucracy screws you as hard as it can.
Exactly.
Wow. So bad. It's such a backward system. So Marco had some follow-up. He had been here on a J1 2 years. Grandfather was a citizen. Grandfather had actually filed for aunts and uncles. He had attempted to file for his mom, but it didn't work because she didn't follow up with the case, and so she never actually got her green card. since grandfather filed for mom, is there any way to piggyback off of that somehow, even though mom never got her green card?
Yes, if grandpa filed for mom and this was done in the 1990s, then you possibly have a 245I situation. You're grandfathered under the old laws. You can pay a penalty fee at the end of a new case, whether it's a job sponsorship or some family sponsorship, and be able to get your green card here. Put you in a much better position.
Lisa says, what's an H-2R visa?
I have no idea. There's no such thing. There's an H-2B visa, but no H-2R.
What is an H-2B?
That's a seasonal worker. Come for 6 months and go home.
Spencer says, Brad, thank you so much for the phone consultation a little while ago. I was wondering, what is the working visa or status of a working visa that goes straight for a green card, since there are working visas that are dual intent, like an H-1B and an EB-3?
Right. What is the status of it?
Yeah, what is the working visa or status?
The H-1B visa. All right, let's start with H-1B visa. That's a professional work visa. You have to have a college degree. You have to be working in a job related to that college degree. You have to have as a minimum requirement for that job a college degree. And then you have to be paid the prevailing wage. So you have to have a college degree, be working in a job related to the college degree, and the minimum requirements for that job require a college degree. So let's take that. Let's take that you are want to work as a botanist. Okay. Or you went to school as a botanist. It's somebody who studies flowers. You got a job as a botanist somewhere.
Like to say botanist.
Yes. So you have a degree in botany. You're working as a botanist, which would require a college degree, and it's related to your education. Versus you have a degree in botany, and you get a job in a flower shop sweeping the floors. Now, you're working in a job related to your degree, but the minimum requirements for that job to sweep the floors in a flower shop do not require your degree. So remember, it's degree, the job relates to your degree, and the minimum requirements for that job require you to have a degree. It's kind of circular reasoning, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the H-1B deadline is April 1st. So if you have an H-1B case, you got to do it now.
Out of just my own follow-up, because sometimes I like to delve deeper. What if how closely tied does your degree have to? For example, I have a degree in journalism, and I'm working in social media, digital media. Would that be close enough, or does it have to be? I have to be working as a journalist.
Well, it depends what classes you took.
Oh, wow!
We would delve into what were classes that you took. Did you, if you're working as a journalist, for example, did you take journalism classes, or you have a degree in journalism, but maybe you took, I mean, this is, I went to school in the 90s before social media existed.
Right.
I mean, are there actual classes in social media? I have no idea.
Right. Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So Marjorie wants to know, she starts with, my name is Andrea. So really, Andrea, under Marjorie's Facebook account, wants to know, can my brother, who has a business, do a work permit for me while I'm undocumented?
Can your brother have a business do a work permit for you? The answer is no. You can't be sponsored by family members. And the reason you can't is that you have to be able to show that you're not taking a job away from an American worker, and the government would say what family member would give a job to a stranger over a family member. So it's really not a fair test of the labor market under the rules.
We've got Cheryl who says, if I'm working here illegally for my boss and my boss is sponsoring me, do I have to go home, or am I going to stay here until I get my green card?
If you violated your visa status, you're going to go home to get your green card. The question is, when you go home, can you do a provisional waiver? Are you going to have a 10-year bar? Or maybe your 245I, like remember the grandpa filed for the mom, and this was in the 90s, that would grandfather you in. So a lot depends. We would need to speak with you.
Speaking of grandfathered in through the grandfather, possibly 245I, if Marco is 245I, would he need to go back to the Dominican Republic, or can he do the full petition while he's here?
Everything done here.
Oh, wow. Rona wants to know, my mom filed for my sister 5 years ago. How much longer are they going to have to wait? Sister is over 21.
When did Lisa file for the sister?
It does 5 years ago.
Oh, you're going to wait a while. They're right now up to January 22nd, 2005.
Super ironic because you and I were just talking about this today. Lena wants to know, I'm a daughter of a World War II vet here in the Philippines.
Oh.
Could we sons and daughters of the World War II vets cash in on the privileges that went to the United States veterans at the time, even though my father has passed away?
Okay. Only because we talked about it today.
Only because we talked about this.
So, all right. So this is the deal. If you're a Filipino or Filipina, and most people who were in World War II are probably dead now or 101 years old. But assuming you were in a guerrilla unit that was fighting the Japanese on the side of the Allies, which was the United States, and you were able to prove it, you got U.S. citizenship. Now
And that was you yourself.
You yourself. It didn't go to your children, okay? Now you come to America, you get benefits. The moment you die, that's the end of the benefits. It doesn't go, the benefits do not continue to flow to the family in the Philippines after your death. And we get that question all the time. But let's do this, Kimmy Kim. We did, Jonathan did something on the Chinese New Year. Okay, but what we didn't do is go through the zodiac signs of what Chinese zodiac animal are you. So, for example, okay, the rat is 2008, 1996, 1984, 1972, and 1960.
That's if you're born in those years,
If you were born in those years, correct.
Got it.
I am a monkey, Kim. I've been called a monkey more than once in my life. All right? Monkeys were born in 2016, 2004, 1992, 1980, and 1968. Okay. What year were you born, Kim?
I'm a 91 baby.
You are in 1991. Let's see what 1991. You are a goat. As
I'm a goat.
As usual, you are the goat. We are the one you get blamed for everything, you and Patrice. 2015, 2003, 1991, 1979, and 1967 is the year of the goat. Let's watch Jonathan's little piece on what year you were born and what animal you refer to.
What's up, Brad Squad? This is Jonathan Elias. I'm here in New York City at the Chinese New Year Parade, having a blast. It's the year of the dog, all right? I'm a rat. I was born in 84, so we're going to find out if everybody else knows their Chinese zodiac sign as well. Let's go. Look at the tongue on that. Whoa. Woo! I am the year of the rat, okay? So I know about my Chinese zodiac sign. Do you guys know about yours?
I'm a doggy, so this is my year.
Oh, this is your year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm a rat.
Dragon.
So, you're a dragon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
I don't know. I'm also the year of the dog, so yeah. So we're supposed to like wear red clothing and like red underwear and stuff like that.
What happened? What happened?
It might be underneath. It might be underneath that.
Oh, you trying to show her? You trying to do a little strip show?
I am year of the horse.
Oh, is that 90? 1990?
1978.
Woo! Look at you.
I was born in 86, so that is the year of the tiger.
Nice. Do you know what that means?
I'm awesome, but no, actually I don't.
The dog.
12/12/81.
Oh. You're a rooster!
Mine's not so cocky.
I like that. How do you say Happy New Year's in Chinese?
新年快乐。
新年快乐。新年快乐。新年快乐。
万事如意。
万事如意. All right. I got it. I'm a practice.
All right, so the rat is 2008, 96, 84, 72, and 60. You have the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, the snake, the horse, the goat, which was Kim, the monkey, which is me. The rooster is 2017. What is 2018? What year was, I don't even, the year of the dog this year. I see. But we don't, the dog I see is 2018, 2006, 94, 82, 70, 58, and also the pig. And so happy Chinese New Year to everybody. The telephone number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We have 12 open lines, so if you call, we will get your immigration questions asked and answered. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. Earlier today, I had met up with Paul Hirsch. He's our criminal defense attorney. And we talked about what to do if you got stopped by the police, because we get that all the time. So let's watch what Paul Hirsch has to say about getting stopped by the police. With us today is Paul Hirsch, our criminal defense attorney. He's a partner here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And he's here to talk about something that's happening a lot in a lot of neighborhoods, not only in New York City, but around the United States of America. These are police, whether it's local police, whether it's state police, whether even in certain circumstances, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, certainly, ICE, certainly, who are entering people's homes and entering their vehicles many times unlawfully. Paul, how are you?
Good. How are you, Brad?
Good, good. So what do you do when the police want to search your home or car?
Well,
that's a good question,
yes,
right?
It's
Yes.
a fine question.
Yes.
So you do need to know, well, where we are. Are we in our house? Are we in our car? There is an expectation of privacy. So you are allowed to say no thank you to the police when they come a-calling.
So what happens, like they say, okay, I want to search your car. Let's start with automobile. And by the way, is there a difference between automobile and car, or is it the same?
No, same
okay.
thing.
All right, so I'm driving in my car. Police pull me over, and they say, Brad, get out of the car. I want to search the car.
Right.
What should my response be to the police officer?
I'm sorry, officer. Have I committed a crime?
I've seen a lot of times where people have given consent because they think they want to cooperate with the police, and it's kind of backfired on them.
Yeah, they think that if you say, sure, search my car, the police officer will think, well, who would have stuff in their car if they're going to allow me to search? But that rarely works.
Because I believe that the thinking goes, well, if I cooperate with them, maybe they will be less strict on me than if I don't cooperate with them.
Right.
So is that a true statement or not a true statement?
It's not a true statement.
Not a true statement.
They'll say, don't make this hard on us. We'll make it easy on you. We can go get a search warrant, or we'll go get the dogs to sniff your car. Frankly, tell them to go ahead and do that.
Is it easy to get a search warrant?
No, it is not easy to get a search warrant. It's not easy to get the drug-sniffing dog from, wherever they might have their one drug-sniffing dog.
And if the police or even ICE come and knocks on your door,
at your house,
at your home now, what are your rights there if they say, sir, may I enter your home? What are your rights if you say yes? What are your rights if you say no?
Well, first off, you would say, can I see your search warrant? Should they not have a search warrant, they have no rights to enter your home without your consent. And again, certainly if there's contraband in your home, giving them the consent to search is not a smart idea.
So, Paul, you've won many illegal searches and seizures. Tell us about a few cases you won.
Okay. The last one we did, the police pulled over our client, told him to get out of the vehicle. He had done nothing wrong. He complied. He got out of his vehicle. The police then went ahead and searched his vehicle illegally and found a gun in the glove compartment.
What compelled the police to search his vehicle?
I think maybe the color of his skin.
The color of his skin.
Yes.
So he got arrested for the gun inside of his vehicle.
Yes.
And it was his gun or someone else's gun. It really doesn't matter.
It was a gun in the glove compartment.
It was a gun in the glove compartment of his automobile. He gets arrested for possessing this gun. All right. And he's looking at, this is in New York, he's looking at perhaps 2 years or more in jail, mandatory sentences in New York for guns.
Yes.
And the only thing separating this guy who got pulled over, most likely for the color of his skin, and a gun in his compartment, is having a good lawyer like Paul Hirsch, who goes to court and does what?
Force the government to meet their burden. So force them to have this hearing in which they must put the police officer on the stand and back up what he claims he said and claims he saw. That he wrote down on a piece
They're
of
burdened
paper.
for what? They're burdened that they have a right to search the car?
Right.
What was the cop's argument that he had a right to search the car?
Claimed that he found marijuana residue in a grinder that was sitting open in the vehicle.
And our client said what?
No such thing. If there was a grinder,
And
it certainly wasn't open and sitting out in the car.
And how are you, as a good criminal defense attorney or a former district attorney, how are you, as a good criminal defense attorney, approaching this cop to get to prove that what the cop's version is not necessarily true?
Because the devil is in the details. And so once you start to really pick apart the officer, really question his motives, really question exactly what happened from step A to step B, their story starts to unravel. Often they base their case on an ends justifying the means. We found the gun in the glove compartment, so everything we did was proper.
One of the most important things, and I'm glad you bring this up, is a good cross-examination by a good criminal defense attorney. It's the cross-examination of a police officer that gets him maybe a little mixed up in his storyline. Maybe he doesn't seem so logical anymore. Maybe he doesn't seem like he really had any right or found anything in his car. And it's a good criminal defense attorney with a good cross-examination that wins these cases, and that's how that case got dismissed.
Yeah, otherwise our client was going to be a felon. He was a college student with no prior record, was about to be a felon and go to jail for at least 2 years.
So here's the rules. If a police officer knocks on your door, you don't have to step out of the house. You don't have to let the police officer in. Whether it's local police, it's ICE, whether it's Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, unless they have a warrant.
Correct.
Once you say, yes, sir, you can come in because you're trying to cooperate with them, now they can go search the place, and now you're up for grabs.
Well, they certainly can arrest you for anything they find.
Correct.
Anything they see, and now they can place you under arrest in your home because you've invited them.
And it's the same thing with a car.
Yes.
You get pulled over, and they say, may we open the trunk?
Right.
May we search the car? And if you say yes, you've invited them to do it, and whatever they search find is now legal evidence against you. If you say, no, you do not have the right to search my car, no, you do not have the right to open my trunk, now if they proceed anyway, you're not going to jump in front of them and jump on the trunk. You're not going to stop them by doing that. But if they proceed anyway, now they have violated your rights, or possibly violated your rights if they didn't have any reasonable basis to open your trunk or open your glove compartment. Paul, fantastic job. Great job. And by the way, this was a client who watches us on The Brad Show, who watches every day, and it's always important to have good criminal defense attorneys. Save our number, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. You never know when you're going to need a good criminal defense attorney. Paul Hirsch, criminal defense partner here at Spar and Bernstein, former district attorney, 20 plus years, thousands and thousands of cases he's helped people with. Thank you. Great job. And now I think you got to get back to work. Thank you. All right, so we're back, and the telephone number to call to get your immigration questions, 1-800-529-5465. Denisha John wants to know as soon as she shows up, Tamika's leaving. I don't know what's going on over there. 1-800-529-5465. Let's find Kimmy Kim. I understand we got a whole slew of additional questions that came in on social media. Let's get through them before our show is up. Let's see if we can answer everybody's questions. Kimmy Kim, how are you?
Brad, I'm doing well.
All right.
I do have an addendum to being a goat, though. You know what else a goat is other than a scapegoat?
What?
GOAT stands for greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
Tamika Nelson and I are both goats.
Both goats. What was I, the monkey?
You're a monkey,
Monkey's just a very mischievous, smelly animal.
Yeah, but
there's nothing else that goes with monkey. I'm the monkey.
Very resourceful.
What?
I think what is the actual meaning of the Chinese zodiac monkey? I don't know. I feel like
Jill's yelling in my ear. Monkeys are smart and agile. I'm not very agile. Although if we do ever hit 300, I promise I will do the flip off the table.
The flip. People were asking for it today.
Well, we didn't hit 300. We only got to about 160 or 170, I think. But once we hit 300, the flip is coming. I'm telling you.
And let me tell you, when we got to 170, they were like more than
flip,
halfway.
Right, the flip. They're halfway to the flip. That's right.
They are really trying to.
You're going to see me go over. I can do it. I may break my back. There may be no more Brad show after that, but I am going to do it.
It'll be a Brad show from Brad's wheelchair.
Yes, exactly. All right, so what do we got? Let's finish up because we only have about 12 minutes to go. So I know we have a whole slew of immigration questions.
We do. So Lisa wants to know, my husband has a 10-year green card, but got in trouble with the law, and currently he's serving 13 months in federal prison. I need to know what I need.
Sounds like he's getting deported 13 months in federal. Oh, excuse me. What is?
Don't go there. We're gonna wait for you to die for you to do the flip, Brad. Don't choke it.
I don't know. I just drank something down the wrong. Like when you drink it, it just went right down the wrong tube. All right. So 13 months in federal prison doesn't sound like a pleasant experience, and it sounds like an aggravated felony. What did he do wrong?
It doesn't say what he did. All it says is, I really don't want him to get deported.
Well,
what can you do?
He's definitely going to go through the deportation process. Whether he gets deported or not, I don't know. We got to find out what he was found guilty of. That's the first step.
Kamisha says, I'm a victim of domestic violence, and I brought my husband from another country, Bangladesh. And after getting his green card, he left me and my son. How can you guys help?
Who is the victim of domestic violence?
The wife
who's the U.S. citizen.
Yes, who brought the husband from Bangladesh.
So what is the help that she wants us? Does she need help? Does she need help in getting her life back together after the domestic violence? That would be more of a violence counselor than a lawyer, but we can definitely direct her in the right direction. Does she want help deporting this guy? She wants to get back at this guy. She wants to bring criminal charges against him. I'm not sure what the help she wants from a lawyer. She apparently would need help from some sort of social worker and victims counselor and violence counselor for certain, but that's not the job of a lawyer. So I'm not sure what she wants from me, but I'll try to help her as best as I can.
Jane says, I'm filing for my son right now for child support from my son's father. But when I call my son's father, he dodges our calls. I really need your advice. What am I supposed to do? I know he's still working as an Army recruiter, and he does nothing to support my son.
Go to family court. You go to family court.
What if Jane is not in the United States?
Where's the child?
I believe the child is with Jane.
Okay, so you can't get child support in the United States unless it is where the child is. It's not where Jane is. So if Jane has the child in another country, Jane needs to come to the United States with that child, and Jane then needs to bring a child support petition in the state in which Jane is with that child. Now, maybe Jane can't come to America. That's a whole other story. But from another country, you don't get child support. You only get child support if you are in the United States with that child.
Marco is back. He has the grandfather. He might be 245I. We're not sure. His mom was filed for, but never got the green card. I just want to confirm what Brad said because I don't think I understood.
Okay.
Am I going to need to go back, or even if I have my status here through my grandpa, can grandpa petition for me? I just want to make sure he's got his ducks in a row.
All right. His ducks are all over the place right now. Okay.
His ducks are everywhere.
All right. So there's two things. One, he has to start a new case all over again. Whether it's grandpa can't sponsor you. There's no such thing as grandpa sponsoring you. You have to get sponsored by a parent, a spouse, a child, a brother, sister, or a job. Those are your options. Or maybe the visa lottery. Now, at the end of the case, whether it's family sponsorship, employment sponsorship, visa lottery, even investor sponsorship, you need to be able to show that you are eligible to get your green card here, adjust your status here, rather than go to another country. Because if you go to another country, then you need provisional waivers, or you're going to have a 10-year bar. What I said that puts you in a better position is that if you were included on a case in the 1990s, grandpa filing for your mom or your dad, and you were under 21 at the time when the case started, then that grandfathers you in under 245I. You can use that old case to pay the penalty fee to get your green card here, but you need a new case, a new sponsorship to actually get the green card. So the old case gets you the appointment, the adjustment here. The new case gives you the green card. It's like a 1 + 1 = 2 situation. It's like 2 Oreo cookies, the sandwich coming together, and you have it. That's a really bad analogy. All right, let's go back to it's like one. Okay, it's like I was thinking Oreo cookie. I'm getting hungry. I've been doing this for too long.
I was gonna
All
say,
right,
that's
so
just
let's
your
go.
hunger
That's my stomach talking. That made absolutely no sense. Let's go back to it's 1 + 1 = 2. You need the old case. You need the old case to get you the appointment. You need the new case for the green card. How's that?
That makes
All right,
sense.
so he needs a sponsorship, but he gets the old case, gives him the opportunity to pay a penalty fee and get his green card here. Forget the Oreo cookie.
Forget the Oreo cookie that would have just messed you up even more.
Correct.
So we've got Lisa, who says, a different Lisa, but a Lisa nonetheless, says, I'm a licensed pharmacist here in the Philippines. I tried my luck last June as a tourist in New York, but didn't get a visa. I wanted to know if there's any other way for me to go legally with me applying for a working visa as a farm tech or anything that's related to my profession here.
Yeah, but she would need to get a job sponsorship and maybe try to do an H-1B visa. But she needs the employer here to sponsor her. She's not going to get a job as a pharmacist because you need a license, and you're not going to get licensed in the Philippines for a pharmacist here in the United States, but certainly some other professional job in a pharmacy perhaps, but she needs the pharmacy to sponsor her. And it's April 1st is right around the corner, which means that you got to file the H-1B very soon.
Absolutely. Rosie says, I've been working on an H-2B for the past 10 years. Is there any way I could transition that into U.S. residency?
On an H-2B, you would need some other. You would need. There's no such thing as I'm on an H-2B and now I'm entitled to a green card. So you need some other way to do it. I don't know. She would need a consultation.
Ad says, I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen and want to petition for my parents, or at least for them to just come visit me. But I just filed for bankruptcy when I got divorced. So how can I petition for them? Is the fact that I filed for bankruptcy going to affect the petitioning?
No, filing for bankruptcy has no effect whatsoever. As long as you have an income that can support them 125% above the poverty level, plus whoever you're supporting, that's all that matters. No one's even going to question the bankruptcy.
Lacey says, after Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, my sister-in-law in the U.S. invited my brother here to visit their place as a tourist in Florida. She spent thousands for the processing of the papers of my husband. He complied for all the requirements, but unfortunately, he failed the interview at the embassy.
What was it that they tried to do? What did they try to do? A visitor's visa or a green card?
It seems like it was a visitor's visa because
why would you spend thousands of dollars on a visitor's visa? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. They just said my sister-in-law invited.
They need a consultation.
Brother.
They need a consultation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Violetta says, I have a granddaughter who's 9 years old and was abandoned by her dad, and her mom has different family now. Currently, she's in my sister's care, but I'm financially supporting her, and I'd like to adopt her.
How old is she?
What should I do? I'm a U.S. citizen. The granddaughter is 9.
Where is she? In America or in another country?
In the U.S.
In the U.S., don't do an adoption. You do a special juvenile immigrant. You show that it's not in the child. You go to family court. And you get a guardianship. This is the fastest way to do it with a child in America. You get, and every child who is not living with both parents should be doing this. Somebody should be doing this for every child who is not living with both biological parents. You do a special juvenile immigrant. You take that child. You go into family court. This is a 3-month process rather than going through a whole adoption. And you get guardianship, legal guardianship. And what you ask the family court judge to do is to make a special ruling. And you need a good lawyer to do this. Make a special ruling by presenting evidence that it's not in the child's best interest to be reunited with at least one of his or her biological parents because of neglect, abuse, abandonment, or some other reason. If the judge does it, which he should because he's giving you guardianship, now that child can turn around and apply for a green card within a year. And get a green card literally in a year. It's much faster than doing any sort of adoption. So now you want to adopt the child later on because you want to become that child's parent, by all means go do that.
Totally.
But for every child in America, the process should be special juvenile immigrant, not adoption. You do adoptions, a different process outside of the country, an orphan petition or a Hague Convention adoption, depending on what country you're in. We'll save that question for another day. But children in America should be doing special immigrant juveniles.
Francesca was wondering, if I'm illegal, could my father from the Dominican Republic, can my father from the Dominican Republic come anywhere in the U.S. with a visitor's visa to do any kind of activity like a concert or something? Or are they going to deny him just because I'm here out of status?
They very well may deny him because you're there out of status. He would have to show like unbelievable ties to his home country because they're going to believe that he's going to do the same thing that you did.
Faith says, can I apply for a work visa? And if I get it, then come to America and start looking for work? How does that work?
No. It's like no, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg. You need an employer to sponsor you. Then you come with the work visa. You don't come with a work visa and then say, oh, let me go look for a job.
Rona says, if I file for my children that are over 21, can my grandchildren who are under 21 travel with their parents, even if those children reach 21 by the time the filing is over?
We answered that question. Once you reach 21, you're off the case. However, they have that Child Status Protection Act. Go back and watch the show a little earlier. I'm not going to go through the Child Status Protection Act again. We have about 2 minutes to go. How many more questions we got there, Kim? I want to try to get through everybody.
I've got 3 more questions,
Okay,
Brad.
so let's go through the last 3.
Anna Lynn says, I have a tourist visa that expires in July of 2019. How can I go about renewing that tourist visa?
You have to go back to the U.S. Embassy.
Just do the process all over again? Oh. Mary Lou says, I'm a daughter of a retired U.S. vet, but my father passed away. Is there anything that I can do to apply for a visa or any kind of visitor's visa through that?
No, there's no law that says dead dad gives you a visa. I don't mean to be cruel, but that's basically it. You need to have ties to your home country.
Sherry says, if you apply for citizenship 1 month before your green card expires, can you still work?
If you apply for citizenship 1 month before your green card expires, yeah, you're always a lawful resident. Why can't you work? No problem.
Perfect. And what should she do to keep her driver's license active if her green card expires?
If you have an active driver's license, it's fine. You don't have to do anything. If your driver's license expires, you're going to have to renew your green card also to renew your driver's license. It depends when your driver's license expires. But in other words, let's say your driver's license expires in 2019. Just because your green card expires doesn't mean you're not a lawful resident. You just don't have evidence of it to renew your driver's license.
So Francesca gave us a little bit more information about her dad. In terms of ties to his home country, he has been in his job for more than 15 years. Is this the Francesca
from Massachusetts who was scared to go back because of...
Scared to go to the Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic, and she's up in Massachusetts. Same Francesca. Okay.
Same Francesca.
Okay, just double checking.
So she wanted to see if her father could come here, even if it was for a concert. But since she's out of status,
right? They're gonna. It's not gonna preclude. But what's gonna happen is on the questionnaire, on the visa application, they're gonna want to know where all your family is, and he's gonna say, I have a daughter, Francesca, lives in Massachusetts, and it's gonna say immigration status, and she has none. And it is now going to be a strike against him, or maybe even 2 strikes against him. So where he has to have even more compelling ties to get the visa. Because the presumption is that if the daughter overstayed, dad's going to overstay.
So what she's wondering is, if he has been in his job in the Dominican Republic for over 15 years, he's got a house there, he is married there, he's got a whole family. Are those going to be enough family ties?
Maybe. It depends on the officer on any given day. What the officer eat for breakfast, how your father walks in, what,
Yeah. Did the officer's wife kiss him goodbye before she left for the day?
Try. Worst thing they'll say is no.
And then I've got one last one that I'm going to try to squeeze in from Ainsley. She says, I'm a green card holder for a little over 2 years now. How could I go about filing for my son in Jamaica who's 14 years old?
How did you get the green card?
Ainsley didn't tell us.
Okay, if you got the green card as in you were on a waiting list for a green card, then the child should be following to join and should be able to come in a few months. If you got the green card as an immediate relative, either through a spouse, your spouse should be filing for the child because it's faster than a permanent resident because the spouse is a citizen. If you got it because your daughter or your son's over 21 and filed for you as a parent and then you came up to the United States, then you have to file an I-130 visa petition. It'll take about 2 years. So the only time that you are going to file the I-130 is if you got it through your son or daughter who's over 21 as a U.S. citizen. If you got through marriage, your spouse is going to do it because that's faster. And if you got it any other way, your son was included on the case and he should just be able to walk right in and get his green card.
Okay. Options.
There it
Brad,
is.
the king of options.
There it is,
There we
Kimmy
have
Kim.
it.
Great job as always.
Thank
You're getting
you.
more and more FaceTime. Everybody's asking their questions. Nobody likes to call and speak to me anymore. Kimmy Kim, like on half the show today. Congratulations. And by the way, we will be back live tomorrow, again at 5:30 to 7:30. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. And by the way, be safe. We'll see you all tomorrow. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.